That stream has come back up. Someone did make the quick notice that it was slightly out of 720, so I've just really quickly reset it quickly. Hopefully people can hear this. It doesn't seem like they can yet. Come on, refresh, get back up, start working. Okay, apologies for that. Like I said, I was just restarting the stream quickly so I could switch it up to 720p. Was going to put it into 1080, but XSplit told me I shouldn't do it, so I'm just going to leave it in 720 for you guys. And so now I've switched it. So the final three bands that we missed out there: Karthus, Irelia and Maokai. And it looks like we're going to see a Shen picked up here as a first pick for Na'Vi, so it's always a strong pick. If you can't see much, guys, refresh the page and it should update. I refreshed my one and it updated straight away, so just do that and it should be fine. I don't really like this music, it just annoys me. And it looks like that is going to be a Cogmore lock-in, and we are going to see a Yana as well for CLG. So 3 strong picks so far. This is clearly going to be one of those great games. Shen always gives you a lot of action. Obviously you can TP in all over the place, and yeah, cause absolute mayhem. I always like watching Shen for that simple reason. You can really switch the balance of a team fight just like that. Obviously Yana, all that CC, always fun to watch as well. So it looks like they might be picking up a Nocturne, so they're going to have a fair bit of a, I can't even think that's not the right word, maneuverability even. Nocturne obviously a very strong jungle at the moment, probably one of the preferred jungles as well. Obviously level 6, got great ganking potential. We see Absolute Legends take him a lot, so he's going to get locked in, and we are going to see a Nunu support, it seems, down in that bottom lane. Hopefully 720p shouldn't be lagging. I have more than enough upload to support it, so I would hope that it was at your end. Hopefully, maybe just hopefully. I'm not dropping any frames, so it's definitely not on my side, guys. When I start dropping frames, I will tell you. Mobility or maneuverability. I think you can take both, to be honest. I don't feel there's too much to distinguish between the two of them, so it's pretty fine. Obviously, whilst we are talking about that, we are going to have, oh, it looked like we're going to have a Corki, but now it seems that we are going to see a Trundle and a Riven instead. So Riven, a strong top pick. Yeah, Rammus isn't banned, but the problem you find with Rammus is that if you don't really pick up an early gank, obviously an early game, you can struggle towards the end of the game. You need a fair bit of gold to get quite strong. He is obviously one of the stronger gankers from the jungle, but doesn't always offer that much if you can't really assert yourself quite early on in the game. So it does look like Ashe is going to be picked up. Obviously one of the strongest, if not the strongest engage in the game. That crystal arrow, you can pretty much use it from anywhere and pick off some fairly good hits. Obviously we see a lot of the time as well in these professional games where they will shoot it across the map, and it looks like Nvidia is going to get picked up. Might have been, obviously they did have an AP last pick there, and so they probably were going to pick up Nvidia, but obviously they cannot now because it's been picked up. So we're going to see Nvidia on the Na'Vi side instead of CLG side. So anyone that wanted to see Froggen play Nvidia is going to be sorely disappointed, but it does look like we're going to see a Kennen instead. So a little bit unfortunate if you wanted to see Froggen take Nvidia, and that is indeed a Kennen lock in. So if we have a quick look through the teams, we can see that we've got, on Na'Vi's side, we've got Nocturne, Nunu, Shen, Nivea and Ashe, and on the other side, on CLG, we have got Cogmore, Yana, Trundle, Riven and Kennen. So two fairly strong setups on both team. I would like to think that Na'Vi have probably got a slightly better setup. They've got fears, stun, taunts, speed ups, more stuns, whereas CLG might find themselves a little bit low down. Obviously they've got a fair few stuns and some nice AoE obviously from Ken, but I think Shen could be quite a very important role here for Na'Vi. If he can play solidly, obviously in team fights he can really turn it with that massive taunt ability, can pick up all 5 of them with one taunt, so can be a very, very strong character, and it's going to be interesting to see how he does up in that top lane. We haven't seen Shen that often just because he gets banned out quite a lot, but obviously CLG are not too worried about him in this game. So we are now in the annoying little wait that we have to go through, unfortunately. So we will be waiting for this game for the next 3 minutes. So anyone that is in the chat that is associated with Twitch TV, I would be really interested to see who you guys think is going to win from these setups that you've got. I personally feel like Na'Vi have got a slightly better setup. I think Nvidia is a really strong character. If you can move past the sort of lack of damage she can do early game, then towards mid and late she is really, really strong. So I think, in my opinion, I think Na'Vi might have an ever so slight advantage in this game. Obviously it can go either way. I'm not really sure which way it's going to go, but that, in my opinion, is probably going to be the way of it. But we shall see.
Get started. Get started. Started. Repeat the rap. Nothing heard, nothing said. Can't even speak about it. Repeat the rap. On my life, on my head, don't wanna think about it. Repeat the rap. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah. It's a thief in the night. Creep up inside, a disease of the mind. No, I'll be right. Hysteria. When it's in the back, hit the background. Hysteria. It's like a dark hysteria. To me, disconnected on the phone, don't even ring. I gotta get out, oh, I gotta get out. It's too close, it's too close, it's too close for comfort. It's a thief in the night. It's creep up inside, a disease of the mind.
So apologies for that, just had a few things that we had to set up before the game got underway. It is just loading up, so you haven't missed anything yet. Do not worry, do not fret. And we will be hopping into that game right this second. So, as we can see, both teams... Whoa, mama, ballers, no, obviously, loves to reset itself. Wow. Why does it always do that? So both teams look like they were going to go for a strong setup around Dragon. The whole of Na'Vi were grouped up together from what we could tell. Obviously just waiting for this to catch up because it went horribly into the wrong settings for some reason. Which it does love to do, which can be really annoying, I'm not going to lie. Catch up, come on. Wonderful. So as we can see, Na'Vi were going for quite an aggressive push out there. Obviously sticking as a 5 at the moment. Do have Ashe with that W and the crit, so they've got a fair bit of early game damage. Have got that stun with a Nvidia as well. So they are going to be pretty strong at a level 1. But as we can see, CLG going for a pretty defensive lineup here across the river. So they were pretty much going to be able to see anything coming, so they were fine. So as we can tell, both teams, nothing really going on there. As we said, CLG did sit up with quite a defensive lineup there, so they were never really going to get a fight. It looks like Cogmore and Yana are going to come across here, pick up these two wraiths if they can. The ward does go down, so they're going to have enough vision to pick it up. Cogmore is going to take down the big wraith, picking up a nice amount of gold as well, as long as it doesn't reset, which it just about did. Unfortunately, he is going to eventually pick up the gold, and now they will back away. Obviously Ashe and Nunu were picking up the double golems at the bottom, so that was quite a nice little play there from Cogmore and Yana. Obviously they didn't want to fall behind too much with the double golems, so that was a nice pick up from them. Nocturne has managed to pick up his blue, and Trundle has picked up red and is now on his way to his blue, as Nocturne comes through here and is going to have the slight shock that one of his wraiths is missing. If we have a quick look in top lane, because this is going to be really interesting to see how Shen works out in this. This is a best of 3 game, guys. This is the final of the MSI Nvidia trophy. I have got the chat open, so if you want to ask any questions, feel free to. I'm all alone today, unfortunately, as we only have one space, so it's quite more interesting if I've got your questions to look at and stuff, so feel free. So as we can see, Shen getting a fair bit of early harass out at the moment. Looks a little bit stronger up in this top lane, but everyone knows how strong Riven can turn into be, and she is a very strong character late game as well, so it's going to be interesting to see if Shen can really assert himself early game and hold Riven away from much of the farm. Does look like he's having the best of it at the moment. Down in mid lane we do have Froggen playing as Kennen, and we've got a Na'Vi Citizen as Nocturne does come in from the side. Ken's quite easily going to skim away from this one. Obviously with that electrical surge he's always pretty much going to get away. Fair bit of damage going on in this top lane. Riven seemingly going blow for blow quite well with Shen here. Shen all of a sudden now below 50% health, so it looks like it's going to be fine. The other caster has left me because we only had one slot for this final, and he was hungry, so we decided to switch out, which is what we can do sometimes. We obviously prefer casting with each other. It's a little less little sad, but it's fine. Trying to work out what you guys talk about in the chat. What icons are wrong? I can't see any mistakes anywhere. Look at the item icons. Oh yeah! That's mad. A lot of damage going down on Shen in this top lane. Riven and Trundle doing a lot of damage. Shen is going to drop here to a Trundle auto attack, and that is first blood picked up there by Snoopy. Almost caught off guard by the weird looking icons that I hadn't even noticed. But yeah, that is pretty strange looking. Wow. You guys have got good eyes. Good pickup. Trundle coming back in on top now. Nocturne could find himself in a really bad position here. Does flash through the wall, but gets stunned there by Riven. He's going to take way too much damage, and the kill does go down. So 2 kills up in top lane. Nocturne sticking around completely unnecessarily there in the end, and basically giving away a free kill. So that is not the best start there for Na'Vi at all. as I really am put off by these weird looking changed. Oh, that is odd. Don't think I've ever seen someone screenshot that. I would be interested to see what sort of bug that was. If we have a quick look through the CS as well, we can see Shen not doing better than Riven, obviously, in that top lane, has died now as well. Cogmore ever so slightly ahead of Ashe, but there's not really that much difference between the two teams at the moment. Cogmore and Ashe happy to trade blows down in this bottom lane. A lot of you guys saying that Riven's going to start snowballing now. I'm not entirely sure. She does have red though, so I'm going to keep an eye on this because she's going to be doing a lot of damage to Shen. Red buff will give her that damage that she'll need, and the slow as well, to get a lot of harass off. And Shen does look pretty timid already. Nocturne coming in here on mid, but like I've said already, Kennen with that electrical surge has got all the survivability he really needs, and mobility as well, as someone earlier said. It looks like Ken going to be looking for some kind of kill on Nvidia here. Does have level 6, does have his ult, and was trying to come in from the side and get a cheap little shuriken shot off there. Shuriken. That's not even right, as Riven has dropped a ward onto blue buff, so CLG are going to have full vision and full knowledge of when that blue comes up. Obviously you would expect it normally to come up around the 7:15 timer, so they do know it's going to be there. Trundle coming across now as well, so there is going to be a good steal coming up here. Nocturne is in the vicinity, so he does have some idea. Snoopy would have just seen that track. It has popped up before the 7:15, 7:10, and now Nocturne comes across. They are going to see him with the ward, so they are going to jump straight in on him. Nocturne taking a fair bit of damage. We've got Ken coming in from the side as well, and Nivea coming in from the bottom. A lot of fight going on. Shen's ulti going down here on top of Nocturne. Now Riven and Snoopy have got to back off. They have managed to steal it though, so that was a great steal there for Team CLG, and with those first 2 kills and now picking up the golem buff away from Nivea, it's a really good start for them. Fair few flashes going down in this game at the moment. I don't think I have music on. I might just make it ever so slightly less droll. So, like I said already, Shen was looking quite strong early game. Obviously did lose out on a first blood at top, so has looked a little bit shaky pretty much ever since that. Nivea and Ken not really getting too involved with each other. Trundle coming across, has been seen by this ward here, is looking to pick up the Na'Vi red. Oh, it does just drop a ward there, so he's going to know when Nocturne's going for it. He's going to use this to his advantage. As we can see, Nocturne is pretty low at the moment already, so not much he can do about this. He is going to start on it, but we do have Nunu and Ashe coming across from the side, so they will be doing, well, they'll be offering enough protection at this sort of time of the game. Nunu just dropping out, Ashe firing her ulti there. Now Nunu dropping his ult as well. Could be a lot of damage. Obviously Nivea can easily get away with Frostbite. The chill from Ashe's arrows does count towards the double damage on Frostbite for Nivea. So massive damage there from Nivea, and the kill was eventually picked up there. So a good kill there, and Na'Vi find themselves clawing their way back in as Nivea and Ken trade blows in this middle lane. So a little bit unlucky there. Obviously double buff has now gone to Nocturne, which is going to be really good for him. They probably would have preferred it to go to a Nivea, but you know, you can't always judge these things. They just wanted to pick up the kill, and they wanted to make sure. As Nivea doing more damage to this Ken in mid, looks like it might be going for the kill. The ignite goes down, Nocturne jumps in with the ult, and this could be a kill. Ken maybe just about going to go in. One auto attack from Nocturne and just about picks it up. Ken very nearly got away there, and now Na'Vi find themselves a level on kills, and only a little bit behind as Cogmore picks up a kill on Ashe. Sorry, did not see that one coming, unfortunately. But as we said, CLG, well, they were pulled level there, and all of a sudden they find themselves back even in this game, and now they look like they're going to try and take this dragon. With Ashe down in that bottom lane, it will be an easy pickup for them. And they do indeed pick up the first dragon of the game on the 9-minute 56 marker, so that'll be up 14:56. So great start here from CLG, 1 kill up, have picked up that first dragon as well, find themselves more than 1,000 gold ahead at the moment, so a really good start for them. As we see up in this top lane, Riven and Shen still trading blows. Shen seems to be having the better of it at the moment. Riven ever so slightly ahead on CS, but only just, and I'm sure if she's going back now, Shen will be able to catch up on that easily. Snoopy just making the rounds through his jungle at the moment. Doesn't look like he's going to be looking for too many ganks at the moment. Obviously Shen was pushed back to his tower and Nivea's pushed back as well. Only place he could be going is bottom lane at the moment, but he's not going to go there. Ashe could be in a little bit of trouble. Has dropped fairly low again. Kog'Maw doing a lot of damage, as we can tell. Someone asking for Shen's skill order. Looks like he is leveling up Vorpal Blade first before everything else. Snoopy coming in here, Trundle coming in for the ninja gank. Seems like Shen seems to know something about it. Has dropped in and looks like he's going to teleport back. A little bit scared it seems. And he is going to be going back. And we are going to... Everyone wants to see Riven is leveling up, well, looks like Broken Wings first, but has double stacked into Valor, so not maxing out Q first. For some unknown reason. Might be a misclick or it might be on purpose. Probably will be on purpose. These guys are pros, they know what they're doing, so it would be on purpose. This is not a rebroadcast as well. This is a live game. Looks like Anivia's doing a lot of damage at middle with Nocturne. Ken's ult goes down, but Anivia doing so much damage. Frostbite and Flash Frost doing so much damage there, along with the Glacial Storm, her ultimate, and Kennen pretty much evaporating into thin air with the help of Nocturne. So Trundle's going to take up this mantle at mid and see pretty much if he can hold it. So an interesting game at the moment. Anytime CLG seem to be pulling themselves ahead, Na'Vi pull it back as Nocturne get a little bit of harass off onto Trundle at mid, but it's not really going to come of much. Trundle looking pretty beefy already, so he should be fine. Has got those Mercury treads as well, so he's not going to be... Someone asking why Articuno is not in a Pokeball. It is a fair comparison that a lot of people make, as we notch Shen and Riven trading blows. Riven does have the backing of 4 minions there, so might have been alright, as it looks like Riven was going to run down river and probably ward up this blue again, as it has just popped back up. Now going to bump into Shen, a little bit of a fight going down. Nocturne is in the vicinity, has got his ultimate if he wanted to use it. Doesn't seem like he wants to though. Could have possibly jumped in there but decided against it, as Trundle and Ken come across the blue. Trundle bumping into Anivia. Anivia trying to run away, is going to hit a little bit of damage with that Frostbite and the Glacial Storm. Puts a good wall down, blocks Ken and Trundle up. Ken in a little bit of a bad situation, does get hit by the Ice Blast there by Nunu, but nothing really much coming of it, as Anivia manages to pick up the blue. So good awareness there from Na'Vi to pick up the blue this time for Anivia, and now she's going to be really strong in that middle lane with it. Let me see, here comes the ulti from Nocturne, jumping on onto Kennen, but the electrical surge more than enough to get him away from Nocturne underneath that tower. So Nocturne kind of misusing his ulti there, didn't really pick the right moment to use it, but I'm sure he'll make up for that later on in the game. Looking down at the farms as well, as we can see Kog'Maw and Ashe having the best of it, as Nivea taking a lot of damage underneath the tower. Does have egg up still, and does indeed go down to egg because of that ignite, but obviously it will be coming up, and that will go down onto a 4-minute cooldown. So nice damage there from Ken. Has got Anivia out of that egg, so now Anivia is a viable option for a gank. Both teams fully aware that Baron, that Dragon is coming up soon. 2 pink wards, first pink ward from Na'Vi, then another pink ward from CLG, so clearing each other's ward up, but now CLG have got all the vision they need, and this Dragon is coming up within the next 30 seconds, so definitely a very strong play to get that pink ward down and get full vision on it. As Riven doing a lot of damage to Shen in this top lane. Shen going to go back now on 99 CS, slowly falling behind Riven here, who has picked up a Bloodthirster as a first item. A lot of damage going down at mid, and Anivia picking up the kill. Now we've got Trundle coming in from the side. Anivia does not have eggs, so she needs to be really careful. She is going to drop just about in the end, so picking up the kill. And yeah, a good kill there for Anivia underneath the tower on Ken, but pushing way too far forward in the end and leaving Trundle an easy kill in the end, as Riven decides to push hard on this tower and pick it up, and it does just about go down. One more hit and there it is. So first turret of the game going to CLG. So Dragon is coming up fairly soon. It's not 14, is it? It's a 6 minute. It is coming up in the next 30 seconds, so it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on. It looks like Cogmore is going to be picking up Golem here. Obviously Ken doesn't need it, so it could be a good pickup here for Cogmore. We'll be able to burn out all of his ulti and his moves and do a lot of damage. Dragon is about to pop up, so there's going to be a fair bit of action around it. Sure, both teams know about it. Cogmore dropping down into this bottom lane for the meantime, and looks like he's happy to farm up, does want to pick up as many minions as he can. Is ahead on CS, so I'm sure he wants to keep it that way. Dragon is about to spawn, both teams know everything about it as CLG engage. Ward going down here from Na'Vi, so they know what's going on. 4 of their team are going to be coming in. Shen can ulti in as well. And Nocturne jumping in right on top of Trundle. Nunu trying to drop his ult. Yana using her ult to stop it. Riven doing a fair bit of damage. No one dropping particularly low at the moment. Saying that, Nvidia drops. Ken dropping his ulti in the middle of the fight underneath Dragon. Doing a lot of damage. Trundle picking up that kill on Nunu. Looks like Shen's going to die as well. So a really good fight there for CLG. As Riven might just about pick up this kill on Ashe. Is trying to chase it down and will pick up the kill. All that lifesteal she's got, making it pretty much easy for her to stay alive under that turret. So CLG picking up Dragon and picking up 4 kills as well, so really good for them. They are going to push down this middle turret it seems, and they're probably going to push down the bottom turret as well, so really good play for them. Find themselves a Dragon up, 4 kills up and 3 turrets up just like that. So really strong play there from CLG. Apologies, Na'Vi picked up the Dragon. Sometimes you miss these things. I was clearly not paying enough attention. I thought CLG picked it up. In that case, it was it's hard to say if it was a good steal or not. They lost 2 turrets in the end and the 4 kills, so probably wasn't worth it in the end for Na'Vi. But it was a good pickup. Obviously, if they had lost that, they would have found themselves even further behind. Yeah, CLG pretty much find themselves well ahead after the Dragon fight there. It's a good pickup from Na'Vi, but you want to at least pick up 1 kill to go with it. You can't lose 4 deaths and expect to still be ahead after that fight. As Nvidia comes across, maybe could have gone in on Cogmore there. He has got Golem, so I'm sure she would love to kill him and pick that up off him. A lot of action going around on this Golem as well. Ashe completely out of picture at the moment, is going to be out of this fight, so Na'Vi might not be able to defend this. CLG putting so much pressure onto this Golem, and they are probably going to pick it up. Nvidia dropping a good wall there, slowly stopping, giving Ashe enough time. We can see her coming up on the minimap at the moment. A lot of damage go down. It's going to be interesting to see who picks this up. It was indeed Nocturne smiting it, but now he finds himself really out of position and does get taken down so easily. Shen just about getting away. So yet again, Nocturne coming in with that good steal, but leaving himself in such a bad situation that he's just going to get taken down. So not a good play there at all. Obviously, if you're going to pick up Golem, you need to survive. So he picked up Golem and then Ken killed him, so Ken managed to pick it up straight away. So really not worth it there. And another minor mistake from Na'Vi that could cost them in this game. So you can see already the 5,000 gold difference between the two teams is going to start playing a huge difference in this game. We have a quick look through the gold as well. We can see Riven just coming up to under 7,000 gold at the moment, so she's farmed really well against Shen, who's only on 4,700, so he finds himself a long way behind in this top lane and overall in the game, so that could be a really telling point in this game. Riven strongly farmed is going to be an absolute nightmare for Na'Vi to deal with. Both teams fairly happy to pick up a little bit of farm, and they are going to be going back and picking up some items. And Nvidia probably going to pick up some ability power at the moment. She does need it. She's going to see her pick up a blasting wand, and she kind of needs to start dealing a fair bit more damage because Ken's looking far more dangerous at the moment. Especially as he already picked up the Will of the Ancients and the Abyssal Scepter, so he's already got just under 200 ability power compared to Nivia's 93. So definitely almost double the ability power and looking a lot stronger. So this game moving into the 20-minute, sort of almost like a lull. There is going to be a dragon coming up fairly soon, but as we can see, Yana with this oracle is going to be picking up all the oracles and completely clearing vision for Na'Vi, who seem to be struggling quite a lot in this game. Riven with that bloodthirster, pretty sure it's going to be fully stacked up now, which it is, so has got all the sustainability up in that top lane, and Shen's really starting to struggle. He's got a lot of health, but doesn't look like he can do that much about it, because Riven can just lifesteal all the health back that she needs, whereas Shen's lifesteal and regen is a little bit slower than that. Jana, one of the two. And Nvidia trying to come in there sneakily on that bottom lane, not quite picking anything up. Jana, yeah, what is it? Jana or Jana? It's not like Swedish then, where it's like a silent Y. What? That doesn't even make sense. Jana. So Na'Vi at the moment really starting to struggle in this game. CLG have got a lot of the map control. That oracle from on Jana at the moment really providing to be quite important. Na'Vi don't really have that much vision of the map at the moment at all, so they are starting to struggle. Na, 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 na. So CLG looking like they're trying to get in on this dragon. It is coming up very shortly. Na'Vi look more content to sit on the wrong side of the wall and harass, which is not going to bode well for them. They would probably prefer to be on the other side of the wall, because they really can't do anything now that dragon's come up, and it has come up now, and the best they can do here is a cheeky steal. Unless they come around this side quickly enough, it doesn't seem like they're going to do that. So CLG picking up a far too easy dragon there, and Na'Vi were just in a bit of a weak position. If it's just one of you, I can see why you take that position up, but when it's the whole of your team, I don't think it's that viable at all. Cogmore just getting tagged there by the trail, and leaving a nice little pattern of ghouls and ghosts behind him, as CLG seem to be swarming up towards this Baron, and may well be picking it up. As Na'Vi Nocturne, finding himself in a bad situation, does flash over the wall and just about manages to survive. Ken could be in a little bit bad position, does get taunted there by Shen, will take a fair bit of damage. The arrow coming in there from Ashe, but nothing really coming of it, so a bad arrow there from Ashe, and it looked like Na'Vi weren't ready to engage at all there. As Na'Vi trying to find some insight into this game where they can try and pull something back. Shen needs to get a really good initiate off with his taunt. Doesn't look like it's going to come quite yet. And CLG, they know there's no wards around here at the moment, so they're pretty much content to sort of sit in that area and force Na'Vi to try and have to keep an eye on them. CLG trying to come forward here. I don't think much is going to come of this. Shen does do a shadow dash, that is the one, through the wall and gets away quite safely. An exhaust was burned there, so maybe useful. Riven using up her exhaust, so CLG are looking like they are going to start on Baron here. They have started. Na'Vi haven't really got a ward down, they don't have the vision. It was a bit of a bait. Now Ken comes in, drops the ult, trying to do a lot of damage. Pretty useless. Nunu does his ult, but gets picked off so quickly there by Cogmore. And Nivea trying to do anything, but she's pretty much useless in this team fight. Shen and Nocturne just about managing to get away. A good shadow dash from there. Looks like they're not quite going to get caught. The whole of CLG will go under this tower though if they feel like they're going to pick up the kill, but Nivea in the end providing too much slow and scaring them away from the kill. So Nocturne and Shen just about managing to get away there, but Nunu dropped so quickly in that fight. Thought that his ulti was going to be more than enough to I don't know, start a strong team fight off of them and deal a lot of damage, but it really didn't turn out that way. He basically just put a big mark on his head that said, please kill me because I'm going to try and do damage to you. Ashe, good arrow there onto Ken. Could do a lot of damage. Nocturne jumps in, but the Summoner Hill is going to keep Ken alive there. Really good play. Shen not quite able to come in time. And Cogmore picking up the kill on Nocturne in the end. So really good Summoner Hill that kept Ken alive there. Just above 100 health. So CLG completely in control of this game at the moment. And from what we can tell, Nunu has got that Oracle Well, is going to pick up that ward there. So, like I said, CLG completely in control of this game at the moment. and it doesn't look like they're going to give up on this one or make any sort of mistake. They are looking very, very strong at the moment. So Nvidia and Nocturne picking up a few minions in the middle. As you see, Nocturne 147 farm compared to Trundle's 100. So he is ahead of Trundle at the moment in terms of farm, but is not providing to be half as useful as Trundle, with that Pillar of Filth providing just a lot of annoyance at the moment to Team Na'Vi. They do have a Nivea's wall, but that's not providing to be enough to help them in this game that much. So Nivea looking pretty strong at the moment. Obviously Rod of Ages is up, so she needs it to start ticking. Has got Sorcerer's Shoes. That is a strange pick. I tend to see Mercury Heads picked up on a Nivea because you want her to be able to do as much damage as possible without getting stunned and taken down really early in these team fights, so you need the sustain that the treads give you. But it is going to be interesting to see where this game is going, as the arrow does go down on Ken. He is taking a fair bit of damage. Doesn't look like he's going to drop though. Eventually dropping to a Nivea, so a really good kill there. Shen taking a lot of damage from Cogmore. But yeah, a great pick up there. Great arrow from Ash. But CLG don't look particularly scared, even though they have just lost a man. And they are going to be pushing forward. So good kill there on Ken. Really good arrow from Ash. And Na'Vi may well be clawing themselves back into this game, but they're going to need a lot more kills like that to do it. As we see the whole of Na'Vi coming back. Baron is still up, still free to be taken. Doesn't look like either team are too interested in him at the moment. Both teams happy to wait for the other team to start and then sweep in and pick up a few kills. As Jana could get caught out of position here. Good bird fired out there from Ash, hawk shot even. I like calling it bird though, because it is obviously a bird. But Jana just about managing to get away. It looks like Na'Vi Nunu is going to find this ward inside Baron, so he's going to pick that up pretty easy and drop his own ward, so they do have vision on it now. Both teams setting up quite aggressively around this Baron, so it looks like there is going to be fireworks pretty shortly as the ward goes down from Riven inside the Baron, so they also can see what is going on. It is bird. Everyone loves bird. Dragon has just come up as well, so it looks like Na'Vi are completely aware of this. They are going to try and get down there as soon as they can and pick it up. Shen up in top lane fighting against Trundle, can teleport in if he needs to. Looks like CLG were waiting for them to go down to Dragon, maybe going to swoop in here and try and pick it up, but don't have enough time. And now Na'Vi coming back across, sorry about that, now coming back across into mid lane, so CLG cannot pick it up yet. So a little bit of good play there from Na'Vi. That's the second good piece of play that they've had, so they really are starting to claw themselves back into this ever so slowly, not making too many big mistakes or big moves here. Good wall there from Nivea, blocking the whole of CLG out from that golem buff, allowing Shen to come down into this fight. As the arrow goes down, does hit Riven, but it's not going to be too much there. Riven's going to lifesteal all that health back, so she's not too worried about that. And CLG will pick up the golem for Kennen, I do believe, which is an interesting pickup, but why not? As CLG are at the moment just waiting around at this Baron, waiting for someone to come forward. Nocturne does bundle his way forward. He's going to get picked off by the whole team. Shen's going to come in, flash over the wall from Nocturne, so he's just going to stay alive. Shen comes in, Ash taking a lot of damage, Summoner Hill is dropped. Ken now flashing in with his ult, doing a lot of damage, taking a lot of damage from Nivea as Nocturne jumps in to try and pick off Ken, but it's not going to happen. So CLG picking up way too many kills here, making it look far too easy. Shen just about shadow dashes over the wall, but he is still going to drop to Cogmore in the end, and that could be a good game for CLG. They're going to pick up Baron now, picking up 4 kills in that last team fight. They're going to pick up Baron really easily now, and that is going to be, well, like I said, it's going to be a very easy pickup for them. And you would expect CLG to push forward from this time and finish off this game. As we see Ken just buying up a Guardian Angel there. So Ken is going to be, knows he's being targeted at the moment, so it's going to be a lot stronger with that Guardian Angel. So all of CLG dropping back quickly. I see some nice items getting picked up. Trundle now with a frozen mallet, so he's probably going to be looking for the engages here in this game. Has got that age, the Legion as well, so providing to be very useful to the team at the moment. And as we said, Ken looking very strong in this game. Guardian Angel up now. Might not have the damage he needs, but if he's got all that survivability, he can keep pumping out the damage throughout, so it's going to be really good for him. I am the only one casting because we could only get 1 spectator slot for this MSI Nvidia trophy final qualifier, unfortunately, so I have picked up the commentating or casting module for this evening, as CLG pick up red really easily. Now Nocturne could be really out of position. The Pillar of Filth goes down, taking a lot of damage, and Nocturne is going to drop way too easily again to Kennen, so Nocturne not having a really good game in this one. And they are going to pick up this bottom turret and probably keep pushing through here. Shen is up in top lane, as we can see, pushing through that lane. He can teleport down if he needs to, but I think it's going to be all too late for Na'Vi, as CLG are going to try and pick up this inner turret. And CLG do indeed pick this turret up. Loft damage going down onto Ashe at the moment. The arrow does come out. Nunu using his ult at the same time, but he's going to drop so quickly. Ken picking up 2 easy kills, picking up the double kill, and they will pick up the first inhibitor of the game. Shen still pushing through in top lane, doesn't seem particularly bothered about coming in, so pretty sure he knows this game is over. As CLG pick up the first inner turret, will pick up the second inner turret now as well, and that will be game over. Fair bit of damage going on to Nvidia as she tries to get back into base. They do pick up that second inner turret, and now they will finish off the game and pick up the inhibitor. So that is first good game there to CLG, going 1-0 up in this best of 3. And now we'll have a quick look at the scores, and then we will go into the next game.